Actress Qingmei said that the water pipe in her house burst. Ran to my house to take a bath. As a result, I mistakenly picked up her rumored boyfriend. A call from a live variety show. What is my sister doing? She's taking a shower. Or you'll call back later. The next second. Xiao Qingmei in the bathroom shouted Qingmei without knowing it. How bath gel isn't my favorite strawberry flavor. In a word, the whole network is boiling. It turns out that she is usually a glamorous and noble top actress. Secretly harbored a small milk dog. Lu Ruyan is a green plum who grew up with me. As a child, I dedicated myself to being her father. But she became the top shadow queen first. Thereupon, you'll never get a chance to hear her call me daddy again. To prevent her from getting stuck. Every time I watch her play, I have to close the curtains. At this time, I was sneaking a peek at Lu Ruyan's latest TV series. There was a knock at the door. Open the door. I saw the heroine in the TV series holding a group bath towel. Look at me with an eyebrow. The graceful figure looms. I swallowed silently. Secretly hide your phone behind you. He frowned and said, what are you doing with me dressed like this? Lu Ruyan, is my hair small? We've known each other since we wore open crotch pants. Childhood. I think of him as a buddy with whom I can go clubbing. Who knows, in a blink of an eye. He became the dream of 900 million young men. Since then. Go out shopping. I didn't dare to put my arms around his neck anymore. Laugh at him for being a little man. I'm afraid of his 900 million followers. Even a mouthful of spit can drown me. If Lu Ruyan knew that I was watching his TV series. I can't imagine how deafening his ridicule was. Lu Ruyan tilted her head to the side. See my dark room. With a meaningful smile on his face, he said that there are people at home. It was inconvenient for me to glare at him weakly. To do something, wrap it in a bath towel. She hooked the corners of her mouth. By the way, I straightened my chest and said, is my figure bad? The next second my heart is full. The Buddha is about to jump out. After all, the goddess is on my doorstep. No one can do it, and the heart is like water. She pinched me on the side of my waist. I squeezed into the room while I grinned. I've run out of shower gel at home. Come to your house and take a shower, don't mind. I shouted after her. You won't buy the bath gel when you run out. The supermarket at the door went out of business. Can this reason be more outrageous? Lu Ruyan moved quickly. Slammed the bathroom door shut. Turn on the shower. Humming a song, he washed up. Breathe a sigh of relief. Put your phone on the table. Turn around and go wash her strawberries. She always joked that I blocked her peach blossoms. Let me get her boyfriend before she finds it. You have to wash the strawberries for her by hand. Otherwise break my dog's legs. Suddenly the phone rings. I didn't even think about it. Sister, what are you doing? A man's voice came from across the earpiece. I haven't seen you in a long time. My sister misses you so much. Just 2 sentences. I unconsciously add a wavy line at the end of each sentence. The next second, I reacted instantly. I accidentally got the wrong phone. Because Lu Ruyan and I are both the latest pineapple phones. When she bought the phone case, she happened to buy one get one free. Gave me one. I didn't pay attention just now. It happened to answer his call. Glanced at Lu Ruyan, who was still humming in the bathroom. I explained casually. Lu Ruyan is taking a bath. Or he'll call back later. Who are you in the bath? How are you at his house? The other party anxiously threw a soul triple question. How do I explain that? I scratched my head. Just as I'm thinking. Lu Ruyan's voice came from the bathroom. Qingmei. How bath gel isn't my favorite strawberry flavor. I hurriedly put my phone down. Why change the shower gel to a cantaloupe flavor? You're getting fat. I actually replaced my sacrosanct strawberry flavor. This is blasphemy against me. Lu Ruyan held one. The phone poked its head out of the bathroom. The little face was red with water vapor. I coughed unconsciously. A new bottle of strawberry-flavored body wash was pulled out of the cabinet. I was going to hand it to him through the crack in the door. Who knew that Lu Ruyan rolled her eyes? Coaxed Qingmei angrily. You didn't mean to. Trying to peek at me again. My cheeks instantly burned. What is it called again? Just that once, okay. Besides, I'm not a peeking either. The summer of my high school graduation. We went on a graduation trip with our classmates. The girl who was in the same room with him suddenly knocked on the door. Said that Lu Ruyan may have fainted in the bathroom. I rushed over before I had time to put my shoes on. As a result, Lu Ruyan was just too comfortable in the bath. I slept through. The moment when the four eyes met, I thought he was going to just dismantle me. Even the next life. I have thought about where to bury myself in the next life. Usually call me a brother and a brother in front of me. The extremely arrogant Lu Ruyan blushed shyly. Wrapped in a bath towel and ran. Dead memories suddenly attack. Originally, Lu Ruyan always thought that I deliberately watched him take a bath. I can still remember it so clearly after a few years. Not to be outdone, I retorted to him. I haven't seen where you are. He reached for the bath gel. The white arms were covered with water droplets. He raised his hand and wiped my face with bubbles. I don't want to live anymore, do I? I shook my head frantically. After all, I was a kid in a photo of a skirt. He also treasured it in his mobile phone. Lu Ruyan hooked my chin with satisfaction. Sink into the bathroom and continue showering. When he came out wrapped in a bath towel, I threw my phone to him. Your good brother just called for you. Also said that I have a situation. Obviously, you raised a little milk dog outside first. When to drink the joy wine. Lu Ruyan checked the call log. He glanced at me. It's just a licking dog. He casually ruffled his undried hair. A few drops of water ran down his chest. Bath towel. He casually threw his phone aside. Pinching strawberries regardless of the image. Eat a mouthful full of juice. Don't you call back. It's inconvenient to talk about it later. My heart tightened instantly. It's because I'm here. So it's inconvenient for him to call back. Listen to the boy's voice. It's very similar to the male protagonist in the TV series just now. The scandal between the two is raging on the internet. We sat on the couch. The tip of his nose was full of the faint smell of strawberries on his body. Lu Ruyan suddenly approached me. A newly filmed TV series. You see, I subconsciously opened my mouth and said no. He raised an eyebrow at me. I shook my head frantically. If he had known, I would have chased every one of his works. I guess if I'm dead, he'll have to go to my grave and laugh at me. The distance. I am not particularly pretty. Male 1234 all like me. I don't know if you like me or not. Seeing that Lu Ruyan was about to turn her whole face. Stick it to my face. I stopped breathing. Dry. I haven't seen it again. I don't know the next second. He clutched his stomach and burst out laughing. Qingmei has deceived you again. You're not stupid. Scared the hell out of me. I almost thought he had discovered my secret. It turned out to be just joking with me. I breathed a sigh of relief. In the blink of an eye, Lu Ruyan was holding my mobile phone in her hand. Vampire Dao, just look at the viewing record. I haven't let go of this breath yet. The next breath was immediately raised. I hurriedly reached out a hand and pressed his face. The other went to grab the phone. His arms are not as long as mine. Scratching around in the air. A short-legged girl is a short-legged girl. Who knew? He stuck out his tongue. A quick lick in the palm of my hand. Take advantage of the moment when I lost my mind. Immediately threw me down on the couch. I felt the wetness of my palm. But he's already put his whole body on me. Breath entanglement. The posture is very imaginative. The burning sensation creeps from the lower body to the back of the ear. I involuntarily turned my head sideways. Put the line of sight in. He staggered. If you wanted to take advantage of me. His hair swept around my neck. Itchy. Just when I couldn't take it anymore and was ready to get up and push him away. The door frames are pushed open. Lu Ruyan knew that you were at Qingmei's house. You're on the hot search. Do you know? The agent Wang Ping came in with a loud voice. After seeing us sitting in a mess on the couch. Send out a sharp registration. What are you doing? I took the opportunity to get my phone back. Hurriedly explained to the broker. Did he check my phone? He'll just get it back. Lu Ruyan pinned the broken hair behind her ears. Glanced at me gently. I've checked the post. Sister Wang's suspicious gaze. Back and forth between the two of us. The last but sat between me and Lu Ruyan. Whispered to him if he had taken it. What to take? Take the male 1234. It's still the slimy little boy who just called. I'm pricking up my ears to listen. Lu Ruyan raised her foot and stepped on me hard. He smiled at the agent's fake face. Unless Qingmei is dead. Otherwise that's not a reason for you to bother us now. Sister Wang rolled her eyes at Lu Ruyan. Turn on your phone screen. If you are like smoke, you are on the hot search. Isn't Lu Rian often on hot searches? Is it necessary for Sister Wang to run in person? The next second, I scanned the screen to the willow like smoke hiding the little milk dog. My heart sank. I guessed it. I couldn't help but accentuate my tone. Chow Lu Rian asked. When did you betray our revolutionary friendship? I don't have it, I'm not. Sister Wang rolled her eyes at me again. Swipe through your phone screen. As Sister Wang opened the hot search entry. I just found out. Just that phone call. It turned out to be a call from the popular student Oh Haochen. At that time, he was participating in a live variety show. The program team asked him. Dial a friend's phone on the spot. And say to the other person that I miss you so much. Oh Haochen is the male lead of the TV series. From other guests. Coaxing Xiao Chen's friend must be like smoke. He usually writes as thin as gold. I don't know if I will say a few more words to Xiao Chen. Oh Haochen immediately coughed twice. He was instigated by the guests. Half pushed, half on the spot entered Lu Rian's phone. Then there was a scene that I had just experienced. The phone beeps. Oh Haochen clenched the phone nervously. The guests held their breath. The phone was picked up. He said with an affectionate look on his face, I miss you. Caused the host and all the guests to scream. Then I heard my voice. Said that Lu Rian was taking a bath. The barrage immediately went crazy. Question marks float all over the screen. What did he say? Such as smoke in the bath. That's what I can hear. My goddess carries me on my back to raise a small milk dog at home. The next second, he was free to smoke and disliked me. The sound of changing the bath gel came from the earpiece. The barrage is even more insane and thorough. Who is Qingmei? Even the scent of the shower gel is so clear. The relationship between the two is certainly not ordinary. It's just a variety show. My goddess was gnawed by dogs. But then again, I also want to see the goddess bathing. The entire screen is filled with all sorts of barrages. An even more exciting scene is coming. I didn't even have time to hang up just now. Until Lu Rian peeked at her taking a bath in anger. Oh Haochen hung up in a hurry. Although she explained with a broken face that she had made a mistake. But the audience outside the screen clearly didn't believe it. What is the goddess doing? Is the subject a voyeur? It's certainly a little bit of a love affair between young couples. I can't believe that the goddess is playing so slippery in private. The host hurriedly played the round. The call interface is broadcast live on the big screen. The contact person on the other side is Lu Rian. And her characteristic cold voice. I can't find a few in the entire entertainment industry. The host read the sentence, and the next thing was the advertising event. The live broadcast was cut off urgently. The live broadcast ended soon though. But the name of Lu Rian a few minutes later rushed to the hot search. Look at these hot searches. I'm blinded to the extent that I'm blinded. Now Lu Rian and I are like a third party and a scumbag. I pursed my lips. Lu Rian, I seem to have just said the wrong thing. Lu Rian was lying on the sofa. It doesn't matter if you have a strawberry in your mouth. It was Oh Haochen who muttered the wrong thing. What's your business? I looked at the broker suspiciously. Sister Wang slapped her thigh. Said indignantly that Oh Haochen. Every day is like tying CP. Rub our smoke like heat. I nodded understandingly. But then I thought. Will this affect Lu Rian's career? On the contrary, just like the age of smoking, it has also arrived. Rather than let other pigs arch. It's better to let the familiar pig arch. Let's rest assured. Sister Wang raised her eyebrows at Lu Rian. Just take advantage of this opportunity. The two of you directly sit on the relationship. I can explain it to your parents, too. Hear the words relationship sitting. My heart was pounding. Slowly looked to the side. Lu Rian seemed to be observing my expression. Then it was like a joke to talk about it later. There is no rose diamond ring. I'm not going to say yes. The agent sighed. While contacting the staff to see how to solve it at the moment. While pursuing Lu Rian's plan. I silently brushed the hot search next to me. But I always felt that the eyes of the two of them were shuttling over me. At last. They decided to video connect as surprise guests. The live variety show just now. Now for the final surprise. All sessions are over. The moderator holds up the microphone. I was so excited that I was immediately on the big screen behind the guests. Cut into the video connection of Lu Rian. Hello everyone, I'm Lu Rian. Lu Rian next to her had already painted full makeup at this time. straighten up and sit on the couch. It's not just huddled up at all. The loose appearance of nibbling on strawberries. On the contrary, it has an aura that no one can approach. The guests on the stage were busy waving to Lu Ruyan. The next second I squeezed next to him. Also towards the mirror. The head waved his hand. "Hello everyone, I'm Qingmei." I smiled stiffly. Lu Ruyan raised her eyebrows inadvertently. The guest's eyes widened suddenly. Babbling questions are like smoke. "Is this your boyfriend? He's my hair small. I just ran out of shower gel at home. Come to his house and borrow a bathroom." The guests watched the excitement and continued to wonder. Is it the supermarket that has gone out of business? Very good, the official complaint is the most deadly. But Lu Ruyan just raised his neck. Just take this question lightly. Next up was me and him. Start answering a few random guest questions. I can understand the small strings. But isn't it too to answer the phone by mistake? Lu Ruyan's face was expressionless. You can buy one get one free for your mobile phone. The one who has more rewarded him. The phone looks the same. Misconnection is normal. I nodded. Qingmei knew that Ruyan liked strawberry-flavored bath gel. It's too personal a topic. Lu Ruyan stroked her hair and said. As a hair small. More personal stuff is available. Who knows the guests? To validate the pure revolutionary friendship between us. Let me play a little game of laughter between me and Lu Ruyan. We each took a sip of water. Then the two looked at each other. Laugh in 30 seconds. The storyteller can give us a punishment. I took a sip of water. Looked at Lu Ruyan, whose cheeks were bulging opposite. When I was in elementary school. Lu Ruyan grew faster than me. I also eat more than I do. He also often eats at my house. She was the same then as she is now. The mouth is stuffed round and round. Also joked that she wanted to be my daughter-in-law. Come and eat braised pork every day. I think she was close to me. The oil from the corner of his mouth rubbed against me. I couldn't help but laugh. Then he sprayed Lu Ruyan's face. Lu Ruyan was stunned for 2 seconds. Silently swallow the water in your mouth. Then he reached out and grabbed my cheek. Qingmei, do you want to die? Just in my hands. When wiping the water on Lu Ruyan's body. The barrage is almost bursting the screen. After all, I became the middle of this puyi. The most inconspicuous part. After all, the sky can't win the bamboo horse. Look at the eyes of Lu Ruyan. Absolutely not innocent. Also directly pinched his face to kill. At this time. Oh, Houchen suddenly leaned his face closer to the video camera. Frowned, nervous, like smoke. Are you okay? The water is not cold. Hurry up and change your clothes. It'll bring you cold medicine in the evening. The squirting water hadn't had time to seep into his clothes. I wiped it dry. Not to mention just taking a shower. You won't catch a cold with that much water. That's too much to worry about. The host hasn't had time to round the stage yet. Lu Ruyan was already shocked and said no. I'm not used to regular colleagues coming to my house. What's more, Qingmei is here. Lu Ruyan finished speaking. Our relationship has become even more confusing. The barrage is crazy again. I said that Lu Ruyan didn't look down on Wang Houchen. It turned out that he was upside down. It's just an ordinary colleague. If your acting skills are not good, you have to rely on the CP on the list. Now it's a slap in the face. Seeing that the barrage will not be able to end for a while. The moderator offered to continue the punishment of me and Lu Ruyan. Asked to show it to the audience. The latest photo from our respective phone albums. I clenched my phone. The inner drum beats. Because of the latest photo saved on my phone. It is a still of Lu Ruyan. Inside, he was wearing a white school uniform. Wave your hand at the screen in the sunlight. For example, I know him. Lu Ruyan glanced at me. Sue could see my nervousness. Smile at the video screen. Inside his photo. It's a few mediocre sunflowers. A wave of enthusiasm climbed up to the earlobe. Because only I know. These sunflowers are exactly what I gave him the other day. What does he mean? The live stream ends. I haven't had time to ask Lu Ruyan yet. What does the photo mean? The hot search exploded again. Said that I was a little internet celebrity and wanted to be on top. In the middle of the night, I lay in bed tossing and turning, unable to sleep. Is this the power of keyboard warriors? The phone screen suddenly lights up. It was Oh Houchen who mentioned me on social platforms. I will cherish all the extra drama affairs in the play. You must take good care of your sister. The accompanying picture is his 9-square grid. 18-camera selfie crying picture. Push me this in the middle of the night. Really impressed. Turn on your phone early the next morning. On the social account, it is 999 plus the position again. I was about to put my phone back in and go back to sleep. But I saw Lu Rian comforting me last night. The dynamic interval with Oh Houchen is only 40 minutes. The 3 words that are concise and to the point are really small. The picture of the 9-square grid shows that I was forced to wear a skirt when I was a child. And he laughed until his tonsils were exposed. And after graduating from high school, he wore short sleeves. Yan Zai Yanyan stood beside me. And in the middle is that picture of a sunflower. Each one reminds me of the past. The bottom is also full of netizen comments. I have photos of me wearing a skirt and pressing the bottom of the box. It's definitely really small. Some of their own dirty thoughts have been slapped in the face. Sister Wang's movements also quickly followed. Throw out a high school graduation photo and a lawyer's letter. In the graduation photo, everyone is very young. The picture is blurry though. But Lu Rian is still very beautiful. I stood behind him and pinched his ears. He also laughed wildly. Before high school, Lu Rian has always dressed up like a tomboy. When I went to high school, I had a sudden convulsion for some reason. Not only to keep your hair long. Also changed into a small skirt for the first time. Even from winter to summer. Changing into short-sleeved Lu Rian, the figure has become concave and convex. A good buddy who used to hook up with me. The desk was stuffed with love letters. His table was filled with Coke buns. Even basketball lessons. The moment when teammates dunk. Will unconsciously whistle towards Lu Rian. I finally found out. Willow is like smoke and... It wasn't the same before. The students who stayed up all night and studied hard. All of them have sallow complexions. It's blue and black right now. Only he is still white. It's like a fresh white radish just pulled out of the ground. I started jokingly asking him. Will you forget your brother if you have 3 wives and 4 concubines? I rolled my eyes at that time. It is said that men are like clothes. And him his forever dog. Then the suitor disappeared overnight. I laughed at Lu Rian. Is it because he is too fierce? No one dared to continue chasing him. He twisted my ear and said. You have to guard your future boyfriend like a jade. I didn't dare tell him at the time. I was a little happy inside. Although I can't say whether it's love or not. But I love the time I spend with Lu Rian. Even selfishly wishing she could only be with me. I graduated from high school later. I chose to study in a beautiful country. And she was discovered by a talent scout when she was a freshman. Officially entered the showbiz. Nights abroad. My feelings for Lu Rian became clearer and clearer. Desperate to get back to her. Even if it's just by her side. During this period, I stayed up late in a foreign library working on my papers. And she slowly became a household name. At graduation, I've also been the victim of a number of internationally renowned internet crusades. But I rejected them one by one. Because I just want to come back and see him. I remember he picked it up that day. As soon as we met, the tip of his nose was red. Why didn't you bring a foreign daughter-in-law back to show me? He squeezed into my arms. Tilt your head up. I only joked that it was good to have a big star in my family. Lu Rian's voice seemed to have a little sob. Then you're still gone for years. If he doesn't come back, I won't continue. But my heart beat violently the moment I saw him. Later, he moved next door to me. But when I get along with him. But it's no longer as calm as it used to be. Because I have something else on my mind. I want to get him. Be his boyfriend. Now I see an overwhelming amount of remarks on the internet. I'm afraid I won't be able to hide this little bit of caution anymore. If he knows that I like him. I've liked it for a long time. Will he ever leave my world? In the end, I didn't even have to be a friend. At this time. The agent called again. Qingmei didn't mean him talking about you. You can't do it. It's like smoke that feeds itself to your mouth. It's a mouthful. If only you could be enlightened in high school. Know the good intentions of Rian. Now my son knows how to make soy sauce. What do you mean? Does Lu Rian like me too? Sister Wang on the other side screamed. You're a real dog. Or you think. How overnight? No one handed Lu Rian a love letter. Because he is as protective as a jade to you. It turned out to be that time. That sentence Lu Rian said to me. I flipped through the 10-sentence photos of Lu Rian on my phone. lost in thought. Now think about it. Did I miss the key link from start to finish? I want to know the answer. So I picked up my phone. Find WeChat. To go home tonight. Go back, wait for me to have something to say to you in the evening. The other party replied almost instantaneously. I smiled. Knocked down a few words. It just so happens that I have something to say to you. At night, I heard the sound of the door of the next room being opened. And he followed. The next second I jerked back out. Your face is flushed. Lu Ruyan is taking off her clothes and changing into home clothes. Even for a moment. I still saw how many times smoother she was. It is more concave and convex than when I was a student. And unblocked by my black hair. My heart was beating hard. Can't help but shout that you don't know I'm coming in. You know, why did you change your clothes? Do I have a problem changing clothes at my house? For an instant, I just want to stroke my forehead and smile bitterly. If it's another man coming in, it's not going to quit like I do. A few minutes later, she walked to the door in her slippers. Raised an eyebrow. Motioned for me to come in. Let's settle the matter. No fans are chasing you and scolding you. Lu Ruyan handed me a box of strawberries. I took the strawberries into the kitchen and washed them. Amazing. Thank you very much. Actually, it's okay not to post a picture of me wearing a skirt. I know that he will say something inconsequential later. I hurriedly stuffed the strawberries into his mouth. Even if you've just prepared at home. But when you really stand in front of Lu Ruyan, becoming cautious again, I silently took out my phone to search for a crush confession. As a result, the comments below are all unanimous. The person you like doesn't like you. If the other party doesn't take the initiative, he doesn't love. Love him, how willing to let him unrequited love. I swallowed unconsciously. Is that so? The next second. A white finger was on my screen. Leave a red thumbs up for this comment. My mind was full of horses. Lu Ruyan has always been by my side, and I didn't even notice it. Also like it with my account. This planet can't hold me. Lu Ruyan looked at me with a smile. Just do what the comments say. Let's see if he'll push you away. Haven't I taken the initiative yet? Love him, how willing to let him unrequited love. My head was buzzing. It was as if there were countless fireworks going off. Then the ghost envoy lowered his head and kissed Lu Ruyan. Then I drove away. The next second. Lu Ruyan hooked my neck stalk again and kissed it back again. He even chopped my lower lip out of order. I don't know how long it took. We finally let go. His cheeks were flushed. Whispered, aren't you going to make a personal promise?